What up? What up? What up? It's the Funk Dr. Spock back in the building with another episode of CT Baseball Live. We are here. I got my main man in the building, Coach Emmett from Milestones Baseball Analytics. Coach E, what up, though?
Hey, what's up, Coach?
What's
I'm pulling
going
up the
on?
data. I'm pulling up the data. I don't wanna misrepresent CT. So I'm making sure I get our data straight.
Absolutely. Super, super excited about this 2026 season. Officially starts off tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We start tomorrow. We at Birmingham Groves. I think that it is going to be a competitive game based on what we know. They have a number of options as it relates to arms that they can throw out there, throw at us. I think we are prepared. I think the boys have worked really, really hard all week for the last 2 weeks, as a matter of fact. And I think that there is nothing else that could be done. Now it's time for baseball games to be played. They have done everything that they could possibly do to prepare, and now it's time to go out there and show it on the field.
Absolutely. Um, super, super excited about this season. Today, we're going to be talking about our class of 2026, our seniors.
Yeah, we call it the senior spotlight.
Yes, the senior spotlight. So, who would we like to start off with first, Coach?
So what I'm going to do, Coach, is I pulled up 2025 game changer data, and so
Okay.
we're going to go right in line. And so just based on batting, we're going to use batting average as our gauge to work our way down the page. So we're going to start with last year of all the returning players, Juan Torres had the highest batting average of all the returning players. Last season, in 88 plate appearances, he batted 492 with a 600 on base percentage, and his OPS was 1253, 651 slugging, 31 hits, that's 23 singles, six doubles, two triples. He drove in 26 runs, scored 20 runs, and he only struck out 7 times. That's impressive. His strike to walkout ratio, his walk to strikeout ratio was basically 2 to 1. 18 walks, 7 strikeouts. So
Juan Torres has been a solid, solid ball player for the last 3 years. Uh, he's come up with the big hit in a lot of clutch situations. He's come up with the big hit in championship situations.
excuse me.
He just continues to have the will to win, and that's what I love about him.
Well, watching him over the last couple of years, when we coached the fall ball team, he always asks for the ball in the big games. When we play big time teams, he's always asking for the ball, whether he gets it or not. He asks for the baseball. The, I do know for sure that he's a fiery competitor and he wants to showcase his talents, and I think that those things are important. But asking for the baseball goes a long way with me because it lets me know that you want to compete. It lets me know that you want to win. He's sneakily he stole 12 bases last year as well, and we know that Juan is not as fleet of foot as he may like to be, but he has a high baseball IQ, and he gets good jumps, and he knows how to run the bases.
Yes.
And so I said that to say it's looking like he's leaning towards Alma College. I think that they are in the works of hammering out some finalities, and so congratulations to him on going to Alma College. We got a few Alma College guys on the roster, and Alma College has been plucking some of the best talent from the city over the last couple of years. And I know that we'll talk about that as we run through the players. But yeah, so Juan Torres is our first player on the senior spotlight, and it's looking like he's going to be eating up a lot of innings for us in big time games. So I'm looking forward to him having a good season. I'm looking forward to him to continue on what he had been doing last year. He shut some teams down for us last year. And so my expectation is that he continue down that path of hitting his spots, locating his pitches, keeping hitters off balance, and setting them up. And so
He's also a very elite defensive first baseman
okay.
when it comes to his ability to pick whatever comes over there.
Pick the
I
ball.
think
I was actually going to say I don't know if we talked enough about his hitting, but go ahead. You go ahead and finish talking about his defense, and I'm going to come back to his bat to ball skills and his eye at the plate.
yes, he has very, very stout defense. We've pretty much thrown everything that we could throw over there, and he's come up with it.
Hmm.
So that's just a salute to him on the defensive side of the ball, and he definitely shows that Gold Glove capability.
Absolutely. And then on the hitting side, Juan has an elite level eye at the plate. He sees balls and strikes very well. He tracks the ball out of the pitcher's hand very well, sometimes to a fault. But at the end of the day, he has one of the best eyes I've seen on a high school player in a very long time. He knows balls and strikes. He can use all parts of the field, and he has really good gap to gap power. And I expect for him to have another good year. He potentially could bat 500 this
And
year. He could
he also has the ability to take pitchers deep into the count, which
Mhm.
creates quality at bats.
Absolutely, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. So it's interesting because the next guy that we're going to talk about, these two guys are kind of interchangeable. They
Yeah,
are very similar in a lot of ways on the baseball field. And so the
yeah.
next guy we're going to talk about is Chris Hooper. He is an all academic all star at Cass Tech. Not only is he an all academic all star, he is also he was also one of our better hitters last year, and his numbers and him and Juan numbers were really close. Chris Hooper had 92 plate appearances. He batted 411 with a 522 on base percentage. His OPS was 1086. His slugging was 562. I'm sorry. His slugging was his on base plus slugging was 1138. I'm sorry. His slugging was 616, and he had 30 hits to Juan Torres's 31 hits. They both had 23 singles. Christopher Hooper had two doubles, two triples, and Christopher Hooper had 3 home runs and drove in 32 runs. So he drove in a few more runs than Juan Torres, and he had 3 home runs. So the pop was there. And he scored 27 runs, 11 walks to 9 strikeouts, which is a 1.2 to 1 ratio. And that's about it. Let's see what he did on the stole. And he stole 10 bases last year and didn't get caught, didn't get thrown out. So, as with Juan, Chris Hooper as well is a pitcher with a bag. He's got a deep bag. He has a great changeup. He has a great curveball. He knows how to hit his spots with his fastball. He too is a first baseman, but unlike Juan Torres, Chris Hooper also is a very strong defender in the outfield as well. His you can bank on if it's hit to right field, you can bank on it being caught. He knows how to play the position. He knows how to get good jumps. He's a great defender in the outfield. He's a good defender at first base, and he's a good arm, and he's been a good serviceable arm for us since he got there. And so it's not too much. It's not really too much else to say. I'm going to turn it over to you. But both of those guys have two of the best pickoff moves in the state of Michigan.
Pick your poison, because if you walk one of them, you're gonna have to deal with the other one.
And they bat back to back in the lineup.
So we're looking at number one, congratulations for honorable mention for preseason All State, um,
Absolutely.
National Honor Society, has been a stellar student athlete since he came to CT. I call him the silent assassin. He's a kid who eats and sleeps the game. He's a generational talent and he gets it out of the mud.
Absolutely.
Baseball is fun to him. Baseball is his wife, and he treats her as such. And
Absolutely.
he can hit the long ball.
Yeah. He
So,
is.
he sprays at all fields. He's not ashamed to hit opposite field. And he will take one for the team. Chris Hooper is that guy.
Absolutely. He
The
took
Alma commit.
he's another Alma commit, and he literally took 7 for the team last year.
Yeah,
He was hit by 7 pitches,
yes.
and his total OBP was 522. So Chris Hooper had a stellar junior season, and I'm sure he's looking to do even more damage this year in 2026.
A very, very clutch hitter, especially with runners in scoring position. Chris Hooper is the guy.
Absolutely, absolutely. If our top gets on, Hooper's gonna drive them in.
Absolutely.
Yep. And our next senior is a senior that doesn't have as many plate appearances as our first 2 seniors, but he was a transfer who came and joined us last year, and he got 34 plate appearances. But in those 34 plate appearances, he batted 360. He came on late and pushed his on base percentage up to 529. His on base plus slugging was 969. His slugging was 440. He had 9 hits, 7 of them were singles, 2 of them were doubles. He drove in 4 runs. He scored 14 runs, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts. Where we want to get those strikeouts down, but he stole 13 bases. And the reason why that's important is because he only had 34 plate appearances last year. And to steal 13 bases, and you only had 34 plate appearances, that's a strong percentage. That's a real strong percentage. So it's almost a stolen base once out of every 3 times that he comes up to the plate. And so that's a strong percentage. Um, some of the things that I've learned about Scott is he works hard, he works quietly, and he just comes back improved. Not every season, but every 2 to 3 weeks, every month, he's a little better. He's in the outfield, working, playing all 3 outfield positions. He goes wherever they need him. Wherever they need him, he has a strong arm. He has plus speed, very strong arm, and he is a solid. You can rely on him in the outfield. He is a solid defender. He gets good jumps on the baseball, but I think his best tool is his speed for sure. And he is uncommitted. It's no way to determine what he runs in the 60, but I'm certain that it's sub 6'9". It's got to be 6'8", 6'7", possibly even 6'6". I don't want to guess, but he's an uncommitted player. And so for schools who haven't quite solidified their rosters and they're looking for an outfielder with speed, that they might want to take a look. They might want to take a look at Jordan Scott.
Absolutely. He's a player who understood what he had to do to make a difference for this team. Uh, he's been a smart baseball player. He continues to train and keep his body in great condition. And the sky's the limit. We're gonna see what he brings this year, and I think that he had some pretty good plate appearances at the end of this season and going into the tournament.
Absolutely. He looked really good in fall ball. He doesn't shy away from velo, and he puts the bat on the ball.
Absolutely.
And you need seniors who are comfortable in the box facing tough opponents. And in my
He
opinion,
got that Ricky Henderson type body shape. You know, he's getting cut and he looks good.
yep, Jordan Scott has become a player that you are very comfortable with him in the box. Generally, something good is going to happen. He's going to put the ball in play. He's going to make the defense do something, and you need that, especially when you are bringing up the young. When you're bringing up and developing younger players, you want them to see the examples of the players who get in the box and compete with no fear. And Jordan Scott stands up well for himself when he competes in the batter's box. He has a strong, accurate arm, but my favorite tool is the speed.
I love the speed.
Yeah.
Definitely love the speed.
Absolutely. Our next senior had 100 plate appearances. He batted .351, and that .351 doesn't really tell the true story. 500 on base percentage. He 1,058 OPS with 558 slugging, 27 hits, 16 singles, 7 doubles, 3 triples, a home run. He drove in 18, and he scored 39 runs. The player that I'm talking about is Koumassi. Kari Koumassi.
The Alma commit.
Another Alma commit. The reason why I say this .351 doesn't tell the tale is because Koumassi was batting around .450 until the last 2 weeks of the season.
Right. He was on a tear.
Yeah, he hit a little snag there where he had cooled off, and then he came back with reckless abandon and got hot again during the playoffs. But he went through a rough stretch, but he was flirting with .450 all season long. And so he ended up batting .350 on the season. And some of the things that stand out is that of all of the returning players, he scored more runs than any of the players that returned. And in addition to that, he led our team in stolen bases with 29 last year. And so that was impressive. And one would argue that Koumassi is not necessarily the fastest player on the team, but again, he's another one of those players who has a high base running IQ. He gets good jumps. He knows how to steal off of the pitcher. He understands how to read the pitcher's rhythms and how to get what he needs in order to steal bags and to get in scoring position. And he's one of the leaders of this team as a senior, and he has always been one of the quiet leaders and cerebral players on this team that goes out and does the job every single time he steps on the field. He primarily plays left field for us, but he'll play wherever he needs to play. Now, if it wasn't for the next senior that we're going to talk about, Koumassi would be our center fielder because he gets great jumps on the ball. He has an elite catching radius, and it really does him no justice to put him in left field. But unfortunately, we have an elite center fielder that could be the best center fielder in Wayne County or in the region, if not on the southeastern side of the state of Michigan, in regards to defense and range into the baseball and covering ground. But I would be more than comfortable with Koumassi being my center fielder at any time. Elite glove, great jumps. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Accurate arm. It's strong enough to throw you out, and it is very accurate. And he makes the right play all the time. You can't really speak enough about how he plays the game and how he approaches the game. And I would be remiss if I didn't state, as a sophomore, he he really didn't play. He struggled as a sophomore. He worked his tail off in the offseason and came back and had one of the junior seasons for the ages. And again, that batting average doesn't really tell the story because he was around 450 for the majority of the season.
Kamasi was just on a tear. Sophomore year, he had a little struggle. And the best thing that he could have ever done was not give up and continue to work, train, bigger, stronger, faster. And that's exactly what he did.
Absolutely. He came to some of our workouts in the summer.
His coach.
Yeah.
And he was very, very big for us last year.
Absolutely. I remember talking to him, and I gave him some things that he needed to do. And I told him, come to some of our workouts. And he'd come work out with us. And he's actually expanded his game to where in a pinch, if you need him to play some infield, he can do it. And
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I can't say enough about him. He plays the game the right way. He definitely almost getting some really good players from our roster.
Absolutely.
Alma College is getting some really good players off our roster. So the final returning player that is a senior is our center fielder. He's another one who his batting average was a little higher during the early to mid part of the season, and it kind of tailed off, and he ended up at 310, which is still more than respectable, with an on-base percentage of 449, on base plus slugging of 924, and a slugging percentage of 444. I'm sorry, 465. He ended the season with 22 hits, 15 singles, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 1 home run. He drove in 24 and scored 28 runs. He had 15 walks to 7 strikeouts. So he had a 2-to-1 walk to strikeout ratio. And what else can I say about this player? He had 18 stolen bases. He was caught stealing once. He's probably, along with one of our junior players, he's probably one of the fastest players on our team. He has a documented 60 time of 6.52. He is currently uncommitted, but from what I'm hearing, they are narrowing it down to some decisions soon. And that player is Jelani Jabari.
Jelani Jabari. Elite speed, elite arm. There has not been a ball that I've seen that he has not gotten to. I've literally seen this kid run through a wall to go after a ball. That's what type of ball player Jelani Jabari is. I call him Nails because this kid is just that tough. And he's going to be really, really special this year. He's a kid who leaves it out on the field, and just very, very impressed with that arm. That arm is cannon.
Yeah, so he's thrown a few out, and he takes hits away. He covers a lot of ground in center field. As a total package, as a defender, he has to be one of the best defensive center fielders in Southeastern Michigan. He has to be. He makes play after play after play after play. And whoever gets this kid is going to get one of the hardest working, toughest, most hustlingest players. He plays like an 80s player.
Yes.
Plays hard, puts his body on the line, uncommitted, runs a 6.5 60. And I think a team needs to be doing their due diligence and reaching out to Coach Jackson to try to bag Jelani, because he's going to help a college win some baseball games. He's going to help a college team win some baseball games.
Yes.
Yep. So, and that arm is elite. That arm, he has a hose, and I don't think that, and I stand on that. If he goes to a showcase and shows off that arm, they're going to come talking to him. And so he may need a little more exposure.
Yeah, if they in doubt, we can definitely make some believers out of them. That's for sure. Because this kid got it. So
Absolutely.
it's truly a blessing. To see these student athletes and their last year competition as high school athletes. So this is going to be a special year for them. I wish them nothing but continued success, a healthy season, and God protect them.
Absolutely. I'd be remiss if we didn't, well, we would be if we didn't if we didn't make an honorable mention to Robert Ladner. He was on pace to be a high 80s, low 90s mile an hour thrower until an injury kind of slowed his season down at the end of the varsity school year going into summer baseball. And he's away from the team right now. And it's a shame that we wouldn't get an opportunity to see what that live arm and that fastball would look like this season. So just honorable mention, shout out to Robert Ladner, another senior that had been a part of the CT family since 2024.
Yes, Big Rob, we love
2023.
you, man. We truly hate that you wasn't able to bounce back from this, but God has a better plan for you. We appreciate your service with us. You pitched some really good ball games for us. You came up with some really good hits for us. So family is family, and much success to him at the next level as well.
Absolutely. So that rounds out our senior spotlight, Coach. You got any thoughts on this this Groves Cass Tech game tomorrow that kicks off at 4:30 at Groves?
I think it's going to be a really good matchup. Um, I think the teams are this styles make fights, and I think this is going to be a good one. So get
Absolutely.
your popcorn ready
Yeah.
and get ready to see some high quality baseball.
Absolutely. I think Cass Tech is going to surprise a lot of teams this year. We have a very complete team. Everybody has to do their part and get baseball games are won on the field.
Absolutely.
I really feel good about this 2026 Cass Tech baseball team. But the games have to be played on the field and we have to play them one game at a time. Speaking of games, Groves has already played 3 games. They started the season off opening day with against Berkeley, the Berkeley Bears, and then they played Oxford on a doubleheader. So they are 1-2 against Cass Tech, who is 0-0. We haven't played a game yet. It's going to be exciting. It starts tomorrow. We have 4 games, and we have 4 games in the next 4 days.
That's
We play,
correct.
we play Tuesday, Thursday, and a doubleheader Saturday. So it's
So
baseball. It's
Thursday
baseball
we
season.
have Gibraltar Carlson, and Saturday the 28th we have the doubleheader. We'll be at Allen Park, and after that game we're going over to Southgate Anderson.
Absolutely. So we start the season off playing some really stout competition, which gives us a great opportunity to get out of the gates early and these boys get the recognition that they deserve coming back as the public school league champions. I think our boys are feeling like they are not being respected. I think they feel like that they knocked some good wins last year, and that a lot of the prognosticators and a lot of the different websites and a lot of the different ranking sites ignore Cass Tech, and so now is their time to do what they need to do in order to put everybody on notice.
Absolutely. This is a time now to where we're gonna see what's really what out here. We're gonna come to play hard, and let's see what's in store for us. I'm truly excited about it. I think everybody is ready. They've done everything that they need to do to be ready for this season, and like you said, let's let it equate to the field.
Absolutely. Let's go. It's go time.
Yes, sir. And This is another episode of CT Baseball Live. We appreciate everybody coming out. We thank you, Coach E. It's always a pleasure, my good brother. And we will see you all next time. Have a abundantly blessed evening. Peace.
Peace.